views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
Hello, this is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Today, my special guest in our home studio here in Fort Wayne is Marlin Stutzman.
It's great to be here.
Finally.
I know, we've been working at this for a while.
Hit and miss all the way through, but we managed to get together finally. So you are in politics now.
Well, I've actually been out for 8 years. I served in the Indiana State House from 2003 to 2010, and then served in Congress from 2010 to 2016, or through 2016. So, and then I ran for the U.S. Senate, and I lost that particular race, but I felt that was God's way of saying, yeah, come home and raise your boys and be with your family. And so,
you got a large family, or?
So we have 2 boys. Christy and I have 2 boys. Our oldest son is Peyton. He's a student at Liberty University in Virginia. And then our youngest son, Preston, is graduating this May from high school. So we're going to be, once he goes off to college, it'll be just Christy and I and the dog.
Empty nester.
Yes.
So, you're running for what district?
District 3 here in Indiana, the 3rd Congressional District, which is Northeast Indiana. And I had this opportunity to serve for 6 years before. And so Jim Banks has been our congressman for the last 8.
Yeah.
And he's running for the U.S. Senate, so it's an open seat.
Good luck, kid.
Yeah.
And you are running for his position as congressman.
Correct.
And if you do, or when you do become congressman again, what will your duties be?
Well, it's obviously to serve the folks here in Northeast Indiana and Washington. We would have a Washington office as well as an office here in the district. Probably multiple offices, one here in Fort Wayne, and then one in the southern part of the district and one in the northern part of the district to help serve. You know, a lot of times there's, in fact, I just had a lady come up to me today and told me that our office helped her father with his veteran benefits, and so that's one way that we help. Social Security, passports.
Passport, we need that.
Yeah, so, and then of course voting on legislation in Washington.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, yeah.
To me, how long would you be in office? Like, you have the sessions and then you have to go take a break or whatever?
It's a 2-year term, and then Washington's schedule starts in January, right after the New Year's, and then usually it's 2 to 3 weeks in Washington, and then a week home to work in the district, and then there's a break around Easter, and then there's an August recess, which that goes back to the days in Washington before there was air conditioning. They would always take August off because of the heat.
The hottest.
Yeah.
To me, July is the hottest.
Yeah.
Can't decide, you know.
So they made them stay at least through July. But yeah, and then of course our country is facing a lot of big challenges right now. There's of course concerns internationally.
Yeah.
Issues in Israel, issues in Ukraine, and of course Africa there's always issues there.
Starvation.
Starvation
And They're
And-
being attacked, Christians.
Yep. And then, of course, China.
China, oh.
Yeah, China continues to want to dominate the world. And that's one of the things about America that makes us special is that we're not expansionist. We stand with our allies and we stand with those who have the same values.
Well, you stand on their side. Anyways, the biggest threat to American dream is what?
Well, I think that it's, we've had some wonderful, just some strong generations throughout, the past centuries of America. And I think our concern is what are we going to leave for the next generations in front of us? And I think the biggest threat to America is the federal debt. The debt is now approaching $35 trillion.
Wow.
And
That's too much.
just our, and President Biden just proposed a budget of $7 trillion for the year, and we generally spend about $4 trillion. And so you can see that
And he's grabbing for more money.
wanting to spend more money that we don't have, and so we have to borrow that from
Where?
Social Security. They borrow
Oh,
it.
no, you don't.
Well, that's what I'm going to fight in Washington.
That's what us older people, the ancient ones, need our Medicare,
Social Security.
Social Security.
Well, you paid into it.
Yeah,
You've paid into it your whole life,
Yeah,
and you
so why
expect
should
it
they
to be
take it
there.
away from us?
That's right. And so those are the things that we have to fight in
There's
Washington.
fighting wars, kid.
That's right.
Peacefully, legally, we'll fight it. That's good. So there's a broken tax system.
Yeah, and that's the thing that always, there's ways of fixing the problems. One of the things is that you could, there's a plan that Rand Paul supports, and
Yeah.
it's called the penny plan, and you just take a penny out of every dollar that's spent.
Right.
That's
it.
And if you live like that for several years, and you increase the growth of the economy, we can work our way out of it. But nobody in Washington wants to spend less money; they want to spend more.
Man. How about that digital money?
You know what? That's an interesting example of people are putting their money where they hope it's safe. The American dollar has been the global currency for years, and people trust the American dollar. And now, with digital currency, you're seeing more and more people putting their money into digital currency because they think that's the safer place.
What is digital?
Well, it's basically it's a currency system that is done through the internet and online, and it's a global system, and there's no government that is in charge of it.
That is not right.
So it's more of a global system, and
I see a red flag here.
yeah.
Anyone
Well,
takes over, you can take everything.
Yeah, if they control that, whoever controls the money controls
The
greater
world.
parts of the world.
And the computers, AI,
There's a lot of changes. Technology is changing everything.
scary business. I understand you are the author of Conservative Budget in the House of the Representatives. What do you have proposed for our nation?
Well, yeah, so I drafted a budget in 2015 when I was in Congress, and it was very similar to the penny plan, is that we reduce spending by a penny out of every dollar. Washington is so used to automatic increases, and they talk differently than you and I. You and I talk about
Language is different.
a budget that, if we spend $100, well, you expect to make $100 before you spend $100. And in Washington, they want to spend $200, but they don't know where they're going to get that extra money, and they just go ahead and commit. And it ends up coming out of the pocket of taxpayers.
Taxes, right?
That's it.
They're going over taxes.
That's right.
Oh, I saw not, right. So the government should be held accountable for this.
Yeah.
So how can we make things better?
One of the things, kind of back to taxes, if we wanted to increase, support the economy, is there's a lot of money that is held offshore because they don't want to bring it into America because of the taxes. And if you would give people the chance to bring that money back to America
Without taxing them.
without taxing or giving them a tax break to bring that money home, it would be a huge boost to the economy.
Why was tax given in the United States in the first place during the Second or First World War?
Well, I mean, they started taxing back during the Revolutionary
Hello.
War. And
That's far
so,
back.
yeah.
Why don't they quit doing that? I mean, we earn the money, we should keep it already.
Yeah, yeah.
So, for the next generation, like you said, I am worried myself about Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid
Yeah.
for our children, grandchildren.
Those are important programs that, the government established, and, we pay our money into the Social Security system, we pay our money into Medicare, and they found that was a place they could borrow money from.
Suck out.
Yeah, and that's not what it was intended
That's
for.
not. So, with the border and people coming in, that's taking money from us as well.
Yeah, I saw a statistic the other day. Almost 7 million people have crossed.
Already?
7 million
When?
under the Biden administration.
Oh shoot, man.
Yeah, so they're going to cities like Chicago and New
Kansas.
York and Los Angeles, Miami, but they're coming here because they don't have a place to live in those cities. And so 7 million people. Indiana is a state of 6.5 million roughly. So that's more people coming into the country in the last 4 years than the entire state of Indiana.
Dang.
So, and they're going to they need to eat, they need housing. So that's going to also drive the costs of living up for everybody.
Yeah, I understand the plight of the Mexicans as well as the people from South America.
Yeah.
Because their countries are not like the United States.
Right. Yeah.
I understand them wanting to come in, but coming in droves. There's got to be a better way of controlling the population that's coming in, like building the wall or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a firm believer in finishing the wall. We have to finish the wall. I went down to Arizona, to Yuma, on the border, and it's a humanitarian crisis. And women and children are being hurt by the coyotes that transport them. So women, I was my
Human
tour guide
trafficking?
down there. Yeah, there's human trafficking. Women are raped as their final payment to cross the border. It's a very sad situation. I mean, I've heard of stories of friends that were flying from Arizona back home, and young girls are on the flight and they don't know where they're going, but they were pushed across the border, and more than likely it's human trafficking.
The cartel.
Yeah, yep. Drug dealers, cartels, gangs. They've made a business out of it.
And speaking about business, let's talk about the drug situation. Fentanyl. Where is that originally from? Do you know the origins of it?
I don't, to be honest. But it's a deadly drug, and just as we were talking about China earlier, they want to see the demise of America, and so whether it's COVID or whether it's traditional military might on their side, they also found that exporting drugs into America is good for them and bad for America.
Bad for the kids. They're after our children and young adults.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
It makes me mad. So this fentanyl, what does it look like? Do you have any idea what a typical fentanyl medicine, not medicine?
I don't. I mean, my guess is that it comes in several forms. Powder.
Yeah. Oh,
It could come in a pill.
but it's deadly.
It's deadly. Yeah.
And if our kids, how can we tell if they are taking it, if they are?
Yeah, or people can use it to, they could sneak it into somebody's, drink or foods. It could be, it's a very, very dangerous drug.
So our children are being targeted in schools, either via gangs, shooting, or drugs. We gotta step down and do something about this.
No, it is. That's why, we need to look out for America. We need to look out for our young people, and it's going to take us looking out for. America has enemies that want to see America fail, and I firmly believe that God has blessed us here for our Christian Judeo principles and what the country was founded on. But there's people that want to tear that down as well.
It's sad. It's really sad. In Canada, where I'm from, they're passing laws about euthanasia,
Medical assistance in dying.
medical assistance in dying.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that down here, or is it just my imagination?
No. They are trying. There's Dr. Kevorkian.
Oh, him.
He was Dr. Death. He was the first
Up in
assisted
Canada.
suicide doctor here in America.
Oh, really?
So far, we were able to stop
And
that,
so he
but
came
there's
up
still
to
a push to
Canada
do.
and it's all fun stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my stars. What else do you want to talk about? How will our communities fight this evil and free our children from abortion, from drugs,
Well,
gender?
Yeah, I think it starts right here at home. I was just with Marshall White here in Fort Wayne, Voices of Unity. Marshall has an incredible program there, and obviously we need to do it in our schools and our churches and in our other nonprofit programs. But I just mentioned Marshall White, who is just a dear friend, but is such a visionary to help young people, and his choirs are winning gold medals around the world, and right here in Fort Wayne, Indiana.
I've
And
interviewed him a couple of times.
have you? Yeah.
He's a good old chap.
He is.
I like him.
He is. But his program is helping young people grow up to be responsible adults, and that's what we need.
That's what we need. And this gender changing world. Some hospitals in Indiana, they are changing children.
Yeah. Well, and that's where, again, I'll talk about Marshall and Voices of Unity. They speak truth to their children.
It's
And
true.
you have
need
to
that.
speak truth to them. And, growing up, you're learning and experimenting, but there are certain facts of life that are just
You
facts.
just don't muck about with them.
No, you don't.
You don't fool around. I mean, this gender stuff started in Europe, and they're wising up. We're starting it over here,
Yeah.
just within the last several years. Europe, we should learn from Europe. You don't do that because frustrates you.
Well, there's consequences, later on, and there's
Mental,
regrets.
physical.
Yeah, there's regrets later on.
And
Suicide rates, have gone up because people aren't happy with who they are, and that's one of the things that we all need to learn in life is that life's not perfect, but at the same time, God's given us a gift of life, and I wish I could be 6'6" and be Michael Jordan playing basketball, but
you're okay as you are.
yeah.
Just be yourself.
That's right. That's right. Be yourself.
Yeah.
And be happy with who you are.
That's right. And I noticed that this gender changing physically or spiritually or chemically, whatever, operations they are sterilizing our generations to come.
Yeah. Sad.
How are we going to fight that?
Well, first of all, we have to educate. And
Educate, yes,
We have to
that's
educate
right,
young
here.
people, and we have to tell them the truth. And, but we also need to have laws. We can't let people taking advantage of young people or laws that allow people to it's real pain and hurt.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a transgender surgery, there's going to be lasting consequences to that.
They will not know themselves. And that's like living in limbo for the remainder of their life, and I bet that would, my heart goes out to the people. I love you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Otherwise I wouldn't be having these shows here for you, pro-life and all that, because I do care about the human race, and I know you do.
Yeah, well, I think that's one of the things that is important, is that we speak truth in love. Truth is so important, but also it's not always what we say, it's how we say it. And but showing love to people. Life is hard.
Compassion.
Yeah, show
Where's
compassion.
the death, what do you call it? Death culture.
Yeah. Yeah, but
We gotta get rid of that.
we absolutely do.
Education, love, mano a mano. Your turn.
But thank you for what you're doing.
Well, thank you for what you are doing, because I am for and behind the GOP. And the other one,
Yeah.
a little bit off.
Well, and one of the things that I saw in Washington when I was there before is the two parties have basically been divided by
Abortion.
pro-life
Yeah.
and abortion.
Wow.
And that should never be the case.
They shouldn't even. Why are they thinking that they have to be pro-abortion to kill their own people? That's short of being treason.
Well, it is. I mean, you're taking the life away.
He's taking human, American lives. So, I just want to let you know. Hi,
Okay, thank you.
we'll be out in a minute.
He's my son.
Hello, son. Come on in. Sit a spell, as they say in hillbillies.
He's home from college this week, so yes, ma'am.
God, blimey. Oh, 5 minutes. Right. So,
It goes by fast.
yeah, we were talking a lot, your dad and I.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know, what would you like to finally say to my audience, how we can give them hope, what's happening in this country and around the world, especially with a feeling of unrest that's going around this planet of ours, and near wars and wars that are going to come.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'd say God is our hope, and if
We
we
need
think
God.
if we think that President Trump or President Biden or any other political leader is the hope for the world, it's not.
The Lord himself?
No, that's right, the Lord himself. But and then we need to look to one another, and that we can count on each other. And
Yeah,
I hope
put us together.
I hope President Trump wins, because I believe that he has the leadership that America needs in a time where you have dictators around the world trying to weaken America.
That is so sad. They're trying to weaken the world,
That's right.
to take over the world.
That's
There's
right.
too many dictators out there. They're going to go after each other's throat to get their country.
Yeah. But one of the things that America has that other countries don't is with freedom, with democracy, we have the ability to elect our leaders. We're a representative democracy, and hold them accountable. And that's why elections matter so much.
That's why we have to go in and vote
Yes,
for the right people.
go in and vote. That's right.
Be compassionate. Give. We're here for you, okay? Thank you. And thank you, Marlin.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Sir, I'm going to call you Congressman. I have this feeling. So we'll see you next week, and may God bless you. Good day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everyone imagines the life they hope to lead. full of joy and laughter, free from pain and need. A home, good work, and friendship were all my dreams come true, until one day God sent me a wondrous light in you. The light in you gives me strength in the dark. The light in you brightens my soul, opens my heart to all the joys that I never knew before you came. I'm thankful for heaven's light in you.
I cannot imagine a better life than this. We have love and laughter, each night a good night kiss. And when we kneel together and pray a prayer or two, I whisper thanks to heaven for the light I see in you.
I can see heaven's light in you.
A light in you
Gives me strength in the dark. The light in you brightens my soul, opens my heart to all the joy that I never knew before you came. I'm thankful for heaven's light in you. Your prayers
each day.
I see heaven's light in you.
Godspeed, my love.